Hello and welcome to part two of our Breeders' Cup Day 2 coverage. We're going to start off with the Breeders' Cup Distaff. So, right off the bat, who do you like in the Breeders' Cup Distaff?
Well, in the Breeders' Cup Distaff, I like Cheddars the Devil. Cheddars the Devil was the Kentucky Oaks winner last year. She won that race with a 8 weeks layoff, and she showed his best that day. At 4 years old, he has been running extremely well, only lost to Letruska in a one turn race. After that, before that race, she defeated Letruska in the Aceri. I know Letruska that day stuck the pace and it wasn't the best tactic. However, Cheaters the Devil beat her and showed a real courage. After the defeat of the Ogden Phipps, she moved to Del Mar and won the Clemmer Hirsch. I think that was a really good decision because now it is proof that Cheddar the Devil can handle the Del Mar surface.
Okay, fair enough. You know, I think I like She Dares the Devil too, because, like you said, she does have a race over the surface, and we know that she won. She has tactical speed. She could sit in third or fourth, or she could press the pace. What do you think of Latruska, really quick?
Well, Letruska is an extremely talented mare. However, I tried to beat her in this spot, especially because she has had an aggressive and long campaign. And now she would face a tougher or faster pace, mainly because the buffer training private mission drew the rail, and I think Flavian Pratt would send that filly.
I actually like Private Mission in case the pace is lower than expected. I also might add in Royal Flag in case the pace is fast and it favors the deep closers.
Okay, besides Cheddar Devil, I will use the 3-year-olds Malathat and Clairier. Malathat is extremely talented filly. The only concern is that he used to brake slow or has some trouble at the start. He stumbled at the start in the Alabama last time out. So that's my only concern, but she is a really strong and she can win this in this race. And Claire Rare, I think she's picking at the right time. So he could be a value this race. She could be the
Yeah, it's a pretty wide open race if you think Latruska could lose. So let's move on to Del Mar, race 11. This is the Breeders' Cup turf, and it has a lot of Europeans. Domestic spending is scratched. I think I'm going to go with the European Tiona, who won a Group 1 in France, the Prix Vermeil. I probably said it wrong. But she beat a very popular name in Snowfall in that race, so that's why I'm picking her. And I also like Sisfahan, who comes from Germany, and I probably will take the defending champion Tarnawa, but definitely Tiona's the one I like. How about you?
I will try to beat Tarnawa with Tiona. Tiona is, I think, is an improving filly, and in the last race she beat Snowfall. Probably Snowfall is tailing off a bit, but I think Tiona would like the firm surface. I think that is the reason they skipped the Lark and the L'Opera, and they are trying the Del Mar. So I think he would like the surface, and she's picking.
That's right. In her last two starts, she ran over a firm surface and a good surface, and she won them both. So maybe she does like a firm surface. What do you think of my long shot, Sisfahan, who comes from Germany?
Well, those horses usually in Germany likes heavy surface, heavy turf. So I think he could look a bit slow in the Del Mar firm turf.
Is there anyone else you're going to add to your ticket besides Tiona?
Yes, my long shot. in this race is Walton Street. You could say, oh yes, he's a 7 years old, he's an old horse. But you see, he's recorded a new track record in Maidan that was on March 6th. And 3 weeks later, she tried the Dubai Chima Classic against Mischief, Chronogenesis, and Loves Only You. Was just only 3 weeks rest. Probably he experimented a bit of a regression in that race. Then he tried at Germany a race. Okay, he was third to Alpinista Torquato Tasso, and 1 month later he recorded a high speed figure in the Canadian International. The competition is a bit suspicious, but he looked visually really impressive. This is another horse I think he would handle very well the California tracks.
You know, if I was adding a fourth horse, he would be it. I did bet on Walton Street in the Canadian International, and yes, he was impressive. He won by 5 3/4 lengths over Desert Encounter, who is a familiar horse to us. So if you're going to use a fourth horse, or if I'm going to use a fourth horse, I'll probably add Walton Street.
Okay.
Let's move on to the Breeders' Cup Classic. It's Del Mar Race 12. And this is a very good field from a fan standpoint and from a betting standpoint. The favorite's going to be Nick's Go, but you could go a lot of ways. Hot Rod Charlie, Medina Spirit, Essential Quality. Well, I know you don't like Medina Spirit. I think out of those big four names, probably the value horses are Hot Rod Charlie and Medina Spirit to me. But I'm not saying Nick Skill can't win. He could obviously win. And Central Quality could win. It's a very good race. What do you think?
Yes, it is not a full field, but it is a really race with talented horses. In this spot, I'm going with Hot Rod Charlie and Essential Quality. I think the value is Hot Rod Charlie. He would be 5-1, 4-1 in this race. The favorite Nick's Go, I think, is a Nick the Lead type, and Medina Spirit would show also speed. I think that horse would be sent. There is another horse that only win when he take the lead. In the Santa Anita Derby, he tried to raid and lost to Rock Your World. And the other horse, Essential Quality, I like. Okay, he's a wing machine. He finds only a way to win the race. The value would be no value for him, but in a pick 5, pick 4, pick 6 is a must in every ticket.
Right. I just don't like the odds on Nick's Go. I know it says 5-2 in the morning line, but I really think it'll be closer to like 8-5, 7-5. We'll see. I do have to mention Tripoli, who had a trouble trip in the Awesome Against Stakes. He was taken out by the Baffert stablemate Azul Coast on the first turn, and you could argue Azul Coast was being used as a bodyguard for Medina Spirit, if you want to do a conspiracy theory. But if I'm doing a trifecta, he'll definitely be underneath. Do you have any long shots you're going to use underneath?
Yes, Azul Coast made a move a la Restoring Order. Do you remember that race, the Pregnant,
Oh, yeah.
the Belmont Stakes? Something like that did Azul Coast. And yes, Tripoli had a very wide trip, not ideal. I think he's going to run well. Maybe he would hit the board. What do you think about Mike Smith on Art Collector? Mike Smith usually likes to show speed.
Even if Art Collector is sent to the lead, I think he'll be 2 or 3 lengths behind. How about you?
Yes, I agree. I think he has some speed, but not the early speed that Medina Spirit and Nick's Go has.
All right, let's wrap things up. Thanks for watching part 2 of our Breeders' Cup analysis. And we'll be back in a few weeks and we'll discuss the Clark Stakes at Churchill Downs. What do you think?
Yeah, the Clark would be a very good race.
All right. Thanks for watching, and good luck this weekend.
Okay, see you soon.